RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day. I thought it would time to maybe continue on this whole manifestation train, and it's kind of been kind of cool how it's played out. So we'll get into that here, and I'm going to try to keep these a little shorter and see if that maybe helps my growth with my audience out there. We'll see. Who knows? Giving everything a try. Dan RadioStyle is the channel. You probably know that because, well, you're listening right now. That certainly is a big indicator. Look at that. It says Dan RadioStyle right there. It's fabulous. And if you'd like to contact me, that'd be cool too, but that's probably for other things. SpiritRadioDanStyle@gmail.com. And of course, the song was kind of perfect, and I'll tell you what it is first. Biggest Part of Me, it's by Ambrosia, is the name of the song. I don't know, it came out like 1980, I guess. That's when it came out. Fabulous. 1980, God, forever ago. Good times, though. But the reason I found that was make a list. There's a line in there where it says, make a list, baby, and blah, 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 blah. It's not so much about, like, my love will shine on you, all that. It's more like, again, a message to ourselves, right? So that's kind of what my intention was with the song. But it directly ties into this next step that I wanted to share with everyone. So just to kind of backtrack a teeny tiny bit, we've gone through where you are trying to envision this lifestyle you want to have and we're going to focus on money in this particular case. I hope that's okay, but it works. You could probably apply this to relations. You can apply this to anything. It works. Manifesting's great across the board. And it's the same general rules, but I think most people are probably okay with making a few extra bucks, right? So we're going to apply this more towards the money side of things, just because that's sort of where my focus is. And that one friend of mine brought it up, and I think most people wouldn't probably give back money if you handed them an extra $1,000. Be like, no, keep it. I don't need it. Thank you. I am wealthy beyond words. No, most of us would probably be like, really? No strings attached? I can just have $1,000? Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll take it. Fine, sure. So here's what, so again, kind of backtrack. We're envisioning this lifestyle we want to have, right? And that's a good thing. We want to kind of imagine where we're planning on going. Another step that was kind of brought to my attention recently, I've met this gentleman who does seminars, ironically. And so this is a mixture of a lot of things. This is like a perfect timing, perfect scenario. And it really, again, just ties into how the manifestation starts to play out. So I'm kind of using this example, but primarily it's also to sort of show the next steps too, because this guy just was like perfect. It was like I couldn't have met him at a better time. So I'm working out all these things in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm imagining this stuff, and I'm seeing these things happen, and I'm seeing this, the car I'm driving and the house I'm going to pull into, and all these wonderful things. And I bump into this guy, and he was a customer at this little coffee shop job I have for fun. And we started, chit-chatting about this stuff, and I come to find out he's got all this kind of involved in coaching people into financial success. And I'm like, oh, this is very cool. And more from the spiritual side too, mind you. Not like invest your money here, do this kind of thing. It's more like, here's how you manifest. So he hooks me up with this book, and I'll have to bring that up on another show because it's down in my car. I've been kind of reading it a lot. And it's like 60 pages. This thing was written back in 1910 or something crazy. And it's just very cool, very, very short, right to the point. And it really just ties into, focusing your thoughts, trying to keep negativity at bay, if you will, and really kind of working from that angle. So I've kind of already shared all the wonderful things that happens with that. But what was cool is we bumped into him, and I'm like, oh, sweet, this is kind of the same stuff I'm doing. So I start working towards, manifesting, thinking all these things and all that, and it's wonderful. Then I bump into him again, I don't know, like a couple days ago, and we talk about it some more. And he asked me a question. He goes, well, how much money do you see yourself making? How much money do you want to make? What's the dollar amount? And I'm like, well, so I see myself, I see the house I'm going to be in, and I see the car I'm driving, and I see like I'm going to be learning to fly, and I'm going to get my own airplane. All these things are going to happen one day, like a Cessna. I'm being real for now, right? Come on, I'm not talking totally crazy. But right, I mean, like I'm telling him all this stuff, and he's like, right, great, but you haven't answered my question. How much money do you expect to make? And I said, oh, I thought you were kind of more supposed to just imagine all the other stuff. And he goes, no, you need to have like a dollar amount too. So I was doing good. I'm on the right track, right? I'm doing the things I should be. Okay, all right. So he goes, when I see you next time, I want a dollar amount. Well, this morning, ironically, he walks in, and I'd already thought of my dollar amount. So I kind of walk up to him, and I'm like, all right, boom, here's the dollar amount. I want to make this amount of money a month. And he goes, and I want to do it by this date. And I think the date I chose was December 31st, 2017. So I gave myself, a little more than a year and a half to essentially double my salary, not to throw numbers around. So he's like, perfect, great, exactly what you need to do. Now, he goes, how is that going to happen? And I'm like, all right, I defer. I have no idea. You are. I'm off. off the reservation now. I have no idea what you're talking about or what the next step is. I thought I was kind of covering it, right? So almost like a manifestation 301 now at this point, but whatever. We're calling it continued because I'm sure other crazy stuff is going to come to me, and we'll go from there, right? So he says, here's the thing, and this is what I'm sharing with everybody, and this is what I'm going to do tonight. This is my homework for the night, but I have to do a show on this. Boom. So he says, make a list. Make a list of like 30 things, 30 avenues that you can see means for you to make money, right? And just to give a couple examples, for me, like I'm broadcasting, right? This background of radio. So like YouTube, like doing this kind of broadcasting, maybe getting into radio, getting into maybe acting and theater and things along those lines, because I've got some background in that as well, right? Certainly have this whole IT side of me going on. Got this vast customer service, right? So this is going to be my list. I'm going to jot down all these different job ideas, all these different thoughts, all these different things that I enjoy doing that are revenue potentially creating streams, right? Or the ability to create streams of revenue. There's a better way to say that. And so I'm going to put this list together. And then here's the key, all right? So homework for all of you that listen, right? Tonight, put together a list. He said like 30 things. So, like 30 things. And it's just like out of the box, right? Even if it's like, I like to do origami and I could sell, paper dragons on the corner. Okay, whatever, throw it in there. You're probably not going to make a ton of money, but you could do it, right? If you made thousands of them, who knows? Or if you taught people how to make them, just another example. But put your 30 together. And then he says, follow up the next day and go through that list and circle the ones that really kind of ring true to you, that really feel like they resonate, like you'd really love to do that. And those are the things you start to focus on. Those are the job avenues that you start to think about. And then the universe will bring that to you. Again, this guy bumped into me, right? I'm already thinking these things. I'm already like, how can I do this? How can I make this YouTube channel better? How can I create revenue streams? How can I make more money for myself? And the universe is bringing the right people into my life at the exact right time. So what happens is you put it out there, you think, you manifest, you envision, you kind of imagine it. Like I said, you head down that path. And then you're aware of when the opportunities present themselves to you. That's key. So when the opportunity presents itself to you, you pounce on it. It was like recently I was having a meeting. I walked in to ask someone a question at work, and there happened to be one of the big wigs in there, and she happens to be in charge of two of the areas that I'm interested in getting promoted into. The discussion led to me wanting to get out of the support group that I'm with and heading into these other avenues. And she's like, what would you be interested in doing? And I said, I'd be interested in this. I think I'd be really good at it. And or this. I think I'd be great at it. And she's like, are you serious? And I go, yeah, I'm totally serious. I'd love it. I think I'd be awesome. And she goes, I'm so glad that you brought this to my attention. Your boss is going to hate me, but I think you'd be perfect. Let me see what I can get going for us because we need that position filled soon. Again, be ready for the things that are going to pop into your life. And it's all because I've sort of put this stuff out there. I'm imagining where I'd like to go and who I'd like to be and how I'd like to live. And the universe is bringing it to me. So be aware, pay attention, and it will come to you. It's Dan Radio Style. Hope everybody gets something out of this. Trying to keep the shows a little shorter. This one's under 10 minutes. Tight. I like that. And, of course, contact me at spiritradiodanstyle@gmail.com. Hope everyone has enormous success. Look for that first real coincidence that pops into your world to start helping you along, and use that positive momentum to keep moving forward. It's awesome how it plays out. It's fun, it's awesome, and you get to see it day by day, all the magic happen in your life. Dan Radio Style. Thanks, everyone.